Right? All right. All right, we're back on the Morning Brew with Friends with Dr. Marianne Berwick here. You're a melanoma scientist in the UNM Comprehensive Cancer Center.
Right. Yeah.
And it's the new Comprehensive Cancer Center. We're
It's
trying to get
wonderful.
into my head that it's not the UNM whatever
Cancer
it was
Center.
before,
no,
right?
No, it's comprehensive. We
When
do
did you guys,
everything.
Right. When did you guys get that designation? Because it was
just last
big.
year.
It's
Just last
a
year.
big deal, right?
It's a very big deal. It's a wonderful thing for the UNM Cancer Center and for the state of New Mexico to have such an excellent rating.
And you've been studying melanoma and moles for
30 years.
That's huge. Why do you go into in school and you just say, you know what, I'm going to study moles? I mean,
I wasn't even interested in moles.
Really?
Yeah. And then one of my friends had a daughter who died of melanoma when she was 21, and that caught my attention.
Oh, and you said, okay, there's something here that we can be researching.
Yes, and just as we said before, it feels like we're very close to learning how to prevent melanoma. And I think the Mole Mapper will add a little bit to that.
The Mole Mapper is your new app, and it's an iPhone. Is it iPhone and Android?
It's just iPhone at the moment.
Okay.
It will be Android eventually.
And this is a iPhone app that actually, you take pictures of yourself and
Right. So you download it for free.
Okay.
And if you have an iPhone, and it puts your body in different segments, so that you can then take a picture of the appropriate segment.
And this is how it works here. Check it out. We got some screenshots of it.
Oh, very good.
Yes.
Very good. Yes.
And so how does it target or find the moles?
Well,
how does it know the difference between a mole and something like if I just accidentally wrote on myself with a pen?
That's a really good question. It's not doing that.
Okay.
It is not diagnosing what you have. But what we're doing is we're hoping that literally millions of people will do this and upload their data to Sage Bionetworks, and then they'll use, it's called crowdsourcing.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love crowdsourcing. Crowdfunding, crowdsourcing, all of that stuff.
Yeah, it's great. And so what they'll be able to do then is if you have a mole excised, then they'll get the pathology report, and then eventually they'll be able to fine-tune which mole might be dangerous and which mole might not be. We're not there yet. This is the first step.
Oh, cool. So once you get a bunch of people's data, then you cross-check that with
with the path report,
and then down the line, maybe 4 or 5 years from now, we'll be able to take some pictures and say, oh, that's a dangerous one, get it removed.
Exactly. And the other problem is that it's very hard to get an appointment with dermatologists because they're really busy.
And they're rare in New Mexico.
Yes, but they're very good.
Yeah, yes, true.
And in any case, this will help you to feel more confident. You can watch the growth of a mole, and then you can really be urgent in your request for an appointment with a dermatologist. Yeah.
So the app, there's 2 steps to it, right?
Right.
What's the first one?
The first one is you have to download it, and you sign on, and you can decide whether you want to participate in this study or not.
Okay.
And you don't have to. If you do want to participate, then there's an informed consent that is fairly thorough, and you just accept that. And then all the pictures I've taken of myself have gone to
Do you selfie stick those?
My husband did them, and I'm getting a selfie stick because he's not always available to shoot my back when I want him to. But actually, the pictures turned out really well, and I found moles I didn't know I had, which is
And you're a mole researcher.
I know. So I don't know why that is, but it's very interesting. People like me who study melanoma, skin cancer, or a dermatologist, whenever we go to a party, people say, oh, could you look at my back?
Oh, no.
Yes.
That's got to be the worst party trick ever.
But I always look at it and say, well,
really?
You really need to see a dermatologist,
Really?
or it
we'll
looks
talk
fine.
after the show. I got some
Okay. Happy to do that.
But how dangerous are moles? I mean, I think all of us have them.
Everyone has them, about 35 moles per person at adulthood, and
they're really. I don't think of them as a dangerous thing.
No, they're not dangerous. What's dangerous is if they change.
Okay.
And sometimes a melanoma looks like a mole, and you can't tell the difference. So I had a friend who developed a melanoma in 2 weeks, and that's the one that you want to be careful for.
All of a sudden, when it just flares up or something.
Yeah, and it was a deep melanoma. So it's really nice to have a tool that you can use to see if they're changing.
Right.
And you can't do that unless you're able to track it with pictures along the way. So
very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So did you do the programming on the app yourself?
I did not do the programming on the app. No, my research led to the development of a mole map.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I love it when the cancer docs come on, because there's always something new in the world of cancer research that makes me think we're just this close to solving this riddle, right?
Yeah, yeah.
How close are we?
Well, depends on what your time frame is.
Okay.
But we now have treatments for melanoma that we did not have before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's been big news. So we can do mutation testing for a tumor, and then we can target that mutation. But then we have to do something else. We have to then fire up the immune system as well.
To attack that.
Yes, yes. And so we're just at the point of figuring out how do we do that, how long will it last, but it's given many people with metastatic melanoma hope.
Yeah.
Most people who develop melanoma are going to be fine. 70% of the people who develop melanoma will have no problems, but there are 30% who we're not sure about, and about 10% of people who get melanoma do die from it. So
it is a serious thing.
it's awful.
Yeah.
It's really awful. And you know, in New Mexico, we have the major risk factor, which is
the sun.
Not only are we at a low latitude of 34 degrees, but we're at a high altitude, which makes the sun much worse.
Right.
So
Always use sunscreen.
well, you can wear hats and long sleeves. Those are equally effective. So either sunscreen, or if you don't
Well, I got
have
good
any,
hair, so I don't want to put a hat on.
well, you're going to have to put a hat on. I'm sorry.
All right, the doc says I have to. I'm going to go hat shopping today.
That's a good plan. And there are a lot of good hats in Albuquerque.
Absolutely. Go down to the man's hat shop, find something awesome. I got a Stetson at home. It'll be great.
It'd be great. Yeah, it'll cover you up in the right places.
Right.
And the other thing is that people don't realize that in the summer, especially in Albuquerque, you can wear long sleeves and long pants, and that's very protective, and it's cooling, actually. It doesn't make you hotter.
Right.
So it's good.
So what are the next steps now for melanoma research? I mean, are we finding now that there are, we've had other docs on talking about personalized medicine.
Oh,
is that really kind of one of the next big steps in this?
Yes, but it's going to take a while. And that's what my group is trying to do right now. We're trying to identify mutations and different aspects of genetic factors that lead people to have either respond to therapy or not respond to therapy. So you don't want to give people therapy that is sometimes really hard to take if they're not going to respond. You don't want the cure to be worse than
the disease.
Right, and you want to identify those people who will respond. And so that's where we are trying to figure that out. And it's wonderful, the numbers of people who go on clinical trials. It's very important that we have these so that we can tell and save other people.
And that's where the Mole Mapper comes in.
Well, it's preventive.
It's preventive.
Yeah.
And you can download the Mole Mapper just on the iTunes store, Apple Store.
Yes.
Just search Mole Mapper.
Right, it's free.
And then find a buddy to take photos of your back for you.
Yeah, exactly.
And you'll be set.
You're on the first step.
Sounds good. And then
prevention.
click through the whole thing, take some photos, and then join the study. And how many years do you think it'll take before we have some real data?
Well, it depends on how many people participate, but I'd say 3 or 4.
That's awesome. We'll come back then. Let's
Okay.
find out what it's like. We'll be back in a couple of seconds on the Morning Brew, and Kenny's going to talk to us about the both of the winter markets coming up. It should be
that's
very
exciting.
fun. Yeah,
Okay.
so we got orangutan people too. It's a great show today. Do they have bowls?
I don't know. Maybe we could ask him.
Let's find out. We'll be back in a couple of seconds on the Morning Brew.
Let's get wild tonight. Billionaire bottles, we just down. I'm like, ain't no problem. All my wrongs are right. All right, all right. I don't like it. I love it. I got another coming in my budget. I got an anaconda in my trusty. Don't push it. Don't push it. Cause I'ma hit it till I jack.